So, things probably look a lot different from the last time that I recorded something on this. But I was working with my dad and my brother, and it was a lot to keep track of while filming, so I figured y'all would forgive me. But I can explain to you everything that I did the best I could. So, as I showed you, we sistered a 4x4 like I was explaining. And so we made one split here, each on one post, and then this one we ran all the way down to where it cut right there. Everything to the end. And then we ran installed another 4x4 post there, new one. Then we lagged two, I don't know if you can see it, two bolts that went all the way through each of these. So everything is very new and secured, and I am very happy. Progress is finally starting to be made. Sturdy. So what I'm doing now, all of these joist hangers are all in different centers because like this one's like 18 on center, this one's like 17, and then the post is obstructing where this one should be, so it's like 12, and so it's all different. So I have to measure out each one of these and then transfer it over to there. But since this is a 2x10 against a 2x8, I gotta figure out where these joist hangers are gonna line up. So I pounded down one of these joists over here, and then flush with the top over here. So now I can trace out the bottom right there, and that is where I know the bottom of the joist will be. So now I can install the joist hanger to where the bottom of the joist is. I gotta take this back out though. So this joist hanger, I did not know had to be a little bit behind this 4x4, so I had to take a sawzall and a hammer and chisel and get behind there a little, but that should be good. So I won't do a time lapse until I have all of the joist hangers installed, because that part's really boring and you guys probably don't want to see me do that. Pretty straightforward, just here, I'll demonstrate. Take a tape measure. Measure from the outside of one of these joists to the center of the next joist. It is 18 on center. From the outside of one of the joists to the middle of the next one. And then you trace that, 18 on center, trace it over here. Outside, 18 on center. So for installing these joist hangers, all 3 nails on each side. Obviously can't do it on the side because it's kind of obstructed, but that's okay. And then 2 on each side, toe-nailed. Those kind of act like a guide to toe-nail them into these boards. Show you a better example over there. And it's sturdy. You can walk on it. This is the exciting part. Now that all of the difficult to do alone framing is done, now I can just install, and then all the deck boards, and then it's done. Unless we decide to put a railing back on, which I kind of hope we do, but it's coming along. Should be done before long. Okay, so all of the joist hangers are installed. It probably would have been smarter to install one, then trace out the next one, install the next one, make sure it's good, But as long as it's not like a half-inch difference, then it'll be fine. As long as the deck boards, wherever they split, between the 8-footers and the 16-footers, whatever floor joist they line up on, they can catch. So I have the miter saw set up. I'm just going to keep cutting these, and then if I have time, then I'll do a time lapse of me installing it tonight. Otherwise, either way, next time you'll see me, either in this video or the next one, I will be doing a time lapse of that. So excuse me for the wind noise, but I got all of these joists installed. Walking on them, and they are not making a noise or moving, so I guess that's pretty good, right? So I left these hangers up from the old ones, but I nailed these two toe-nailed into there on each side on all of those. And then over here, I put all new joist hangers, all three going into the rim joists, and then same thing, two toe-nailed, and they're sturdy. So the next step, well, actually here, I also put the stair framing and deck boards back on, because this outside rim joist went under it, so I had to take that off. And yeah, there's this gap here. Honestly, we'll probably just fill it in with some wood filler or something, like some liquid nails, or I don't know. But it wasn't an issue with it wasn't an issue with this board. Well, it kind of was. So here, how do I explain this? It was flush. It's flush completely on the other end, but I don't know if it's angled or it's just warped, but either way it doesn't matter, because it doesn't get in the way of anything, so we'll just probably fill it in. But the stair hides most of it. So the next step I will do is I will remove all the rest of the deck boards. I don't think we're going to replace any of the ones up until this post. We may after I tear the rest out and decide how it all looks, but for now we just got enough deck boards to do everything after this post that way. So I'm going to tear all of those out, see how everything looks, and then I'll start probably at that first one after the post and just work my way this way. And if I don't have enough, then we'll just go back to Menards and get more. So I'll probably have to make another trip there for something anyway. But I'm so happy everything is finally coming into place. All of the hard stuff is done. So, yeah, it really should be a breeze from now on. Deck boards are not hard to do. It's just a matter of, are the old screws going to want to come up? Because I had a lot of issues with tearing all of those ones out, but it all worked out, so that's the next step.